Mary Ng here. I had an extensive talk with Austin relaying the information I wanted to give to you. I'll make a note of it here in your voicemail. If you don't speak to Austin, you might get this message first. Benjamin has revealed to me his hearing loss in his right ear. The right ear is the ear from which he was approached to be thrown down by police and beat and have his blind eye dragged across the ground to be bruised and bleeding. He has a cracked sternum that is very painful, so any kind of movement, things like sports and athletics have to be very, very careful because of this issue, and we're hopefully going to get some more x-rays on that. He has, his ankle has been damaged ever since the police crushed him on the ground. He's also got his toe was crushed in the incident, so he's maintained that he's had a broken toe this whole time since the 5/17/2013 incident with the Portland police brutality. And then also the headaches are severe and extreme. A neurologist is afraid to get involved with the case because she's afraid of lawyers and courts and law. So that was really disappointing. Hopefully you have a neurologist who you can recommend, but in the absence of good medical care, which he was denied by the police, we want to possibly even make a trip up to Washington to see his original physician who attended, hopefully, I don't know if they're alive currently, but the people who attended him in '94 or any medical records, it might take some digging around through his parents' house to get his medical records from the severe head injury, the blinding, the ear damage may be diagnosed, as well as get some up-to-date ophthalmological expertise on how the $30,000 to $40,000 eye surgery, which he had about a year and a half ago, he came down to Portland to have that. This was the Portland ophthalmologist or surgeon, eye surgeon. We need to find the information on that because when the Portland police damaged, like bruised his eye and crushed his skull, he was shouting at them, I have a traumatic brain injury, one blow to his head could kill him. He's also been ordered by his Washington doctor not to have very much exertion, to keep his feet up, to not have any stress, not put any tension on his brain, and no heavy lifting. So in terms of the court process, it's been very, very grueling for him to think he needs to come into court for this malicious prosecution. He's becoming more acquainted with his rights under disability, and because of his dyslexia, blindness, we need some alternative formatting. I'm thinking, I used to be an assistant for a blind person, and I think some kind of audio relay of you reading the court documents into an MP3 would possibly work, and or Braille, which he's trained in Braille. He's having a lot of trouble getting his appropriate, like a care dog for the traumatic aspects of this, and as a protector, because he will blindside people with his blind side. He'll walk straight into people, and so he was severely neglected and abused his whole childhood in terms of training him about his rights and responsibilities in terms of public safety and his own safety. So we also want to get him some speech therapy for some linguistic anomalies and possibly like to get more diagnostics on the hearing loss, as well as some like a physical therapy, because he's not as aware of the traumatic brain injury, relearning to walk the way he has a sort of a wobbling walk that constantly alerts police or other people to his presence, and it's being misinterpreted as a drunkenness or a drug-induced stupor, and that his possible tardive dyskinesia from some of the antipsychotics he was previously on, as well as the traumatic brain injury, disruption of equilibrium, and steadiness of his gait is being misinterpreted constantly. And the loudness of his voice when he appears to be shouting is possibly related to this hearing damage as well as the TBI. So hopefully that will explain part of why the police decided to attack him. There was also possibly red-headed slurs in addition to him being called a pussy. Don't be a pussy, you can handle it, as they beat him. And he remembers them saying, die, redhead, die, and why won't your head crack, as they cracked his head. And due to our interest in the independent police review, we'd like to meet with you sooner than later in terms of getting some of the evidence that Tom Borton said his investigator was working on, including the video footage of the cop car. And Benjamin found out that the police had asked the bar to delete the video evidence of the beating, and if and when and why that happened, I think that would be very helpful for him. He also doesn't want to be tied up in probation here because he wants to investigate the 42 stitches that were put into his head by an attacker in the state of Washington who tried to replay the message. Press 1.
To erase and re-record, press 3. To copy this message to additional mailboxes, press 4. For special delivery options, press 9. To send this message now, press pound. Message delivered. To leave a message, please enter a mailbox number. To reach an operator, press 0.